Hello. In this video, we want to prove the following is an identity. 1 minus cosine squared of negative t over sine of negative t equals tangent of negative t cosine of negative t. Okay, so honestly, the left-hand side looks the most difficult to me. So let's go ahead and start with that one. So we're going to start out with 1 minus cosine squared of negative t over sine of negative t. Okay, so here's the thing. We want to start working with the even and odds. Cosine is even, so anything, this negative t on the inside can just go away. It doesn't need to be there. And the sine of negative t, well, sine is odd, so that negative can go on the outside. So this would look like the following. 1 minus cosine squared of t. And then over sine of t there, and there's technically a negative there, but I don't like having the negative in the denominator. I'm going to put out front in the numerator. Sorry, just out front. Not in the numerator, just out front. Now, notice that 1 minus cosine squared of t, which is what we have there, is just sine squared of t. So I can make this look like negative and then sine squared of t over, well, sine of t. And notice sine squared over sine is just, well, sine. So this just gives me negative sine of t. Or if you prefer, we can make this sine of negative t by moving that negative on the inside. That works as well. But notice something. We want tangent of negative t and cosine of negative t. That's the reason I went ahead and moved that negative on the inside, is because the arguments for both of these are also negative. So we now have sine of a negative. Now over here, notice that we have tangent times cosine. Well, what is tangent and cosine? Well, tangent, just to see what it looks like, tangent is sine over cosine, and cosine we have here. Now, notice that what we have is we have sine. So we have sine, but we don't have cosine or cosine. But notice that this cosine is in the numerator, this cosine is in the denominator. So, excuse me. So, what we can do is we can multiply by cosine over cosine to get what we need. So what we can do here is say sine of negative t times cosine of negative t over cosine of negative t. Now I'm keeping the same argument because if you look at what we want the arguments to be negative t there. But notice that I can just move that over here because it's just multiplication, right? So a times b is the same thing as b times a. So that gives me the sine of negative t over the cosine of negative t times, and then what's left over here is just the cosine of negative t, and over 1, but we don't really like writing the over 1 here. But notice that sine over cosine is tangent. So that's going to give me the tangent of negative t times the cosine of negative t, which is exactly what we wanted to prove. So, QED. Alrighty. Well, I believe that's it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next one. Have fun.